We are pleased this morning to be joined by Global Philadelphia here in the representation of so many activists and advocates who have joined us this morning as we begin this wonderful campaign towards Election Day and promote our Say Yes to Ballot question number 3. I'm going to first thank City Council and all of the support that we received from my council colleagues who will briefly speak later. This language access bill is an important next step in Philadelphia becoming a global city. When we speak of the diversity, the new immigrants who through their impact in the labor force and our downtown Philadelphia have truly, from Chinatown to South Philadelphia to the Portuguese and Russian community in the Northeast to El Centro and El Barrio, has truly made Philadelphia not only grow, but has demonstrated the strength that these communities are bringing to the city of Philadelphia. So providing language access becomes hugely important because it will ingrain in our city charter the language access planning in the departments, including the DA's office, the city commissioners, and city council, and all city departments to begin to articulate how they communicate with our multicultural communities throughout the city of Philadelphia. When we're on the brink of opening up our doors and our city to the Pope, we will be on the eyes of the nation. And through this work, we will be closer to being able to communicate with those many, many countries that will be represented in the 1.5 million visitors that we expect during that time. I want to thank the Office of the Mayor and MOIMA and all of our advocates who are here today for their help in moving this forward. You will hear from some of them, but I'm going to turn this over to Jennifer Rodriguez, the Executive Director of MOIMA. I want to thank her, Fernando Trevino, Daniel Cooper, who is an intern from the University of Penn in my office, who have put together what will be a very entertaining social media campaign as we move forward to yes on ballot question number 3. Jennifer?
Thank you, Councilwoman Quiñones-Sanchez. Thank you so much for being here today. And really behind me is the face of the New Philadelphia. I mean, it really doesn't get better than this. Really a global city. So good afternoon, really. It's my pleasure to be here today and joining Councilwoman Quiñones-Sanchez, Councilman O, Councilwoman Blondell Reynolds Brown, Councilwoman Janie Blackwell is right here as well with me, gathered together. We have also representatives from many community organizations, and I will name them in a little bit because it's very important to recognize their support. There are over 24 community organizations and advocacy groups that are here with us today as we launch the campaign to encourage voters to say yes on ballot question number 3. By voting yes on number 3, residents will be requiring all city agencies and departments to develop and execute language access plans to better serve all Philadelphians. This measure is critical for our growing city because 1 out of 5 Philadelphians speaks a language other than English at home. That is 21% of residents in the city of Philadelphia speak a language other than English at home. After decades of population after decades of population loss under Mayor Michael Nutter's administration, the city has experienced 8 consecutive years of population growth. This growth is due in large part to a surge on foreign-born residents, many of whom do not yet speak English fluently. And the rate of growth has been high. Foreign-born residents make up approximately 11% of our city's population. This rapid change in demographics brings tremendous economic and cultural vitality to the city, as we have heard from Councilwoman Quiñones-Sanchez, but it also presents a significant challenge, especially in our efforts to provide access to services and in helping immigrants to fully participate in our city. One of the most notable challenges is that of language. Immigrants in Philadelphia come from many, many different countries, and the language needs are equally diverse. Voting yes on ballot question number 3 will result in consistent language assistance across all city agencies, in improved access to services and resources, and it will also support the growth of our city by making it a more welcoming place. Voting yes on number 3 for language access is also aligned with federal and local policies that require meaningful access to services for limited English proficient individuals. In Philadelphia, efforts to implement a coordinated approach to meet the needs of limited English proficient individuals date back to 2001, but more recently, Mayor Michael Nutter has signed 2 executive orders that underscore the importance of ensuring meaningful access to services. He also created our office, the Mayor's Office of Immigrant and Multicultural Affairs, which supports the language access needs of various city departments by providing interpretation, translation services, technical assistance, and training. We have made significant progress in delivering language access assistance to the thousands of residents who are limited English proficient. Yet, despite this many accomplishments, we recognize there is more work to be done. Voting yes on number 3 for language access prepares us for growth. As we continue to experience the high rate of immigrant settlement that we have observed during this administration, it will also become increasingly important for the city to ensure that we have the necessary infrastructure and resources to welcome and integrate these newcomers into our city's fabric. We are committed and thankful for really the collaboration with City Council, with the immigrant community and stakeholders to ensure limited English proficient individuals have access to quality public services regardless of the language they speak. So yes, vote yes on number 3, vote yes for language access. And I think we should mention some of the groups that are with us here today. So we have PIC, the Pennsylvania Immigrant and Citizenship Coalition, AFRICOM. We have the Mayor's Commission on Asian American Affairs. We have the Welcoming Center for New Pennsylvanians, GALAE, Community Legal Services, the Peace Island Institute, SEBA, NSC, Nationality Service Center, BPSOAs, Boat People SOS, New Sanctuary Movement, the Citizen Diplomacy International, Argentines in Philadelphia, Palm Solutions, the Philadelphia Arab American Development Corporation, Asociación Puertorriqueños en Marcha, Concilio, Congreso de Latinos Unidos, West Kensington Ministry, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Philadelphia Chinatown Development Corporation, the Filipino Executive Council, Multicultural Arts Exchange, Albustan Seeds of Culture, the Liberian Association, Raíces Culturales, the Indonesian Diaspora Network, Multicultural Community Family Services, Friends of Farm Workers, CMAC, Global Philadelphia, Juntos, Highest Pennsylvania, the Commission on Disabilities, the Hispanic Clergy, the Mayor's Commission on African and Caribbean Affairs. This is an exemplary group. This is really a wealth of diversity. And I think I've been instructed to do the video. So really, PhillyCam, Gretchen is around. They have Fernando Treviño, Daniel, you just have been troopers on this, and PhillyCam has produced a video that we hope you will really spread the word throughout Philadelphia and look at how great that is. Also, there's a table right here with information on the social media campaign, and after the video, we will hear from community members. Thank you.
Whether to receive city service or engage civically, every Philadelphian should have access to their city. On May 19th, vote for the Language Access Charter Amendment that would require all city agencies, whether they report to the mayor or not, to develop and carry out language access plans. So on Tuesday, May 19th, vote yes on on ballot question number 3 and bring language access to Philadelphia. Vote yes on question number 3. Vote for language access.
5月19日，请在投票机前，在问题3处按下 Yes 键，支持费城市政府实施多语种 Language Access 服务计划。请记得按 Yes 键在问题3处。
El 19 de mayo vota sí a la pregunta número 3 para tener language access en Filadelfia. Vota sí al 3, vota sí por language access.
Во время голосования 19 мая проголосуй за Language Access в третьем пункте избирательного бюллетеня. Голосуйте за языковую доступность городских служб.
On May 19, una vote yes for ballot question number 3 for make una go able to bring language access na Philadelphia. Una vote yes on number 3 for language access.
Vào ngày 19 tháng 5, hãy bầu chọn yes ở câu hỏi số 3 để mang lại language access, quyền lợi ngôn ngữ cho Philadelphia. Bầu chọn yes câu hỏi số 3, bầu cho language access.
Hi, my name is Dr. Nina Ahmed. I'm the chair of the Mayor's Commission on Asian American Affairs, and it gives me great pleasure to be here to support this ballot measure number 3. I speak Bangla, Bengali, and I'm from Bangladesh originally, and we say, vote then, number 3 means thin. Tin ke vote then. It really makes a difference to have this kind of a measure to support access to services. This is a city that is growing. We would like, America is a country of immigrants, built by immigrants, and Philadelphia needs to be the gateway city. We're already halfway there, and this ballot measure will really help us to do that and solidify the vision that we want to put out as a welcoming city, including everyone. When immigrants come here and people with limited English proficiency are here, they have many skills that we cannot use unless they have access to language services. We can put our city to work and create a much better economic base, invite folks to come here and increase our tax base and be the global city that we want to be. I really thank Councilwoman Maria Quinones Sanchez, Councilwoman Janie Blackwell, Councilman Blondell and Councilman O, who have been really pushing for this, understanding the need, not just because they might be have heritage somewhere else, because as a city we must be a welcoming city, and this measure allows us to do that. Again, the devil will be in the details, how we go forward from this. So we need all these communities to be engaged past the point of having this ballot measure pushed through. What do we actually do to implement this? So we look forward to working with everyone on this stage here and beyond to make sure that this is a reality, and this is our first step getting there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nina. We will now have Beth Shapiro from CLS, Community Legal Services, one of our social justice partners.
Thank you. The City of Philadelphia communicates daily to carry out important governmental functions like protecting public health and safety and promoting the economic well-being of all its residents. People expect their government to be accessible, informative, and effective. For the city to operate effectively, city departments and offices must be available and accessible to all persons, regardless of how well they speak English. This ballot initiative is an important step in that direction, especially to address disparities in participation in city programs and services and access to basic services intended to help and protect low-income Philadelphians. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to invite my colleague who has been a promoter of the African American and Caribbean affairs for many, many years, well before I got here, and has been a strong advocate for immigrant issues, my colleague, Councilwoman Blackwell.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Good afternoon. As always, we thank God for the privilege of speaking for people who need us to do our part to make sure that they are included in the system. A very special thank you to Councilwoman Maria Quinone Sanchez, who has led this effort and who has made sure that this ballot question is where it should be, which is for us to vote on it on May 19th. We have 4 ballot questions, 2 of which we authored that we also support. None can be more important in this issue to make sure that people are able to participate in their government. The Mayor's Commission on African and Caribbean Immigrant Affairs, we also have Echoes of Africa, and we represent 34 countries in Africa and the Caribbean, many of whom have even more than one language they need to speak and that they would like to use and be able to participate in this country. So I thank Dr. Eric Eady, who I see here, and all who are involved, but then again, a special thanks. We see the Mayor's Commission on Disabilities, Asian and Affairs, and certainly, again, Councilwoman Maria Sanchez, Reverend Bonnie Camardi, for all their work on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll invite Councilman David O. to join us, and I've challenged him to say ballot question number 3 in Korean.
여러분 3번 늘리세요.
Hey!
All right. Now, I'm going to point out that I actually don't speak Korean. I only know that one phrase. And the reason I'm going to say that is because my father and mother tried to teach me Korean. I tried to learn Korean. And, you know, it's not so easy to learn a second language. And so there are many Philadelphians, whether they came here 30 years ago, 40 years ago, citizens and non-citizens that make up our city, and they either don't speak English well or they have great difficulties speaking English because what they used to speak, you know, the English they used to speak, they don't speak much anymore as they get older. And it's our duty and responsibility to serve every Philadelphian, every citizen and every non-citizen in our city. And for children or seniors, we have to service them. And this is a great bill to ensure that if you're a Philadelphian, you will get services, you'll be treated properly, you'll know your benefits, your responsibilities, and that in any emergency situation, you will be taken care of. And I thank Councilwoman Maria Quinone Sanchez and all those who are behind this effort, because in this manner, we will not only serve our citizens, but we will make Philadelphia a truly globally competitive city. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman O is also chair of the Global Economic Opportunities Committee on Council. So thank you very much. Councilwoman Blondell Reynolds-Brown, did she leave? Oh, she had to leave. Anyone else wanted to add anything real quick? Caroline from the District Attorney's Office, Lou Rodriguez from the Hispanic Chamber, as Councilwoman Blackwell, Bonnie Kamada from the Hispanic Clergy, and also Commissioner PHA. All of you, to all of our advocates, thank you so very much, and we'll open it up for any questions. All of our advocates are available for any individual interviews about how they see question number 3, sí a número 3. Let's do these hashtags, Jennifer.
So hashtag yes on 3.
Go ahead. Hashtag language access.
Hashtag Philly gets me. En español, Philly me entiende.
Uh-oh, Mandarin.
In Mandarin.
Somebody's going to help us here.
No.
Korean.
Do we have Vietnamese? Do we have Vietnamese?
Come on.
So the hashtag for Philly gets me is Phila Hiu Toi. And what else do we need?
Do we have a Russian speaker? Not today. Well, so we have some information in different languages here at the table, and
we'll take the German.
And we'll take the German.
Come on, come on. We'll take it.
You're saying Philly gets me.
Oh, gets me.
Oh. Okay, I think it goes like hashtag number 3. Okay, hashtag number 3.
Oh, sounds familiar. Wow.
So the video, it's really there for the community and everybody to really spread the word. And again, hashtag yes on number 3, and Philly me entiende.
Thank you, everyone.